it's Titi Torrez here at ICE celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month with Hennessy. And I got my boy, Chef Frank. Ow! He's gonna teach me how to make some empanadas today.
Yes, I am. I heard that you liked them since you were a kid.
My favorite.
I'm gonna teach you how to make a nice, easy, flavorful version.
And we're gonna turn it into a party because we're gonna have a cocktail with Hennessy afterwards.
Nothing goes better with empanadas than Hennessy.
The Hennessy cocktails. So let's go do this.
Let's go.
You ready?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. Hi, I'm Titi Torrez, multimedia personality here at Hot 97, and I'm also the music director. And I happen to be Puerto Rican and Black, so today I am going to tap into my Puerto Rican side and try to learn how to cook empanadas. And hopefully I will learn something so that I can cook for my family, because that is like one of my favorite dishes that I don't know how to cook. So I'm used to the empanadas from the Bronx. So
Yeah.
this is going to be
It's going to be closer to the Bronx than to Spain. We started with some flour. It's just some regular flour. That's salt, that's sugar, and that's baking powder.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to dump the flour and you dump the rest.
Okay.
It's all measured out, ready to go. Once we mix it for a little while, it'll come together. And a little bit of red wine vinegar. I like the flavor of red wine vinegar. Okay. But for the most part, what this does is it makes the dough flaky and tender. Nice. And that's what's easy. Like, people think this is something that's really hard to do.
I would have thought it would be super complicated.
It's so easy. I mean, what do? We just dumped everything in a bowl.
So now, growing up, what I would do is stick my finger in a mixing thing and eat it. So I can't do that with this.
Go ahead, you try, and you tell me what you think. Not quite as delicious as cake batter or anything like that. So you just kind of like push it down with your hands, and then once we get it flat, I roll it over itself so that...
I don't like getting messy, but this is kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then letting the dough rest is another trick, right? This is something you can do.
What do you mean letting the dough rest?
So what we're going to do is...
2 seconds in between?
No. After we're done kneading, which is kind of right now, we're going to stop kneading.
The dough needs to take a nap?
It needs to take a nap.
That's what you're telling
so
me?
what happens is, watch. If I push on the dough now, it springs back. You see how it jumps back?
Exactly.
So we've worked all the protein in the dough, and what we need to do is let it relax.
Okay.
Or rest. So I put it on a tray, I flatten it out, and I put it in the fridge.
Go to sleep, little buddy.
Go to bed. Good night.
All right.
Okay?
Oh,
Did you grow up eating these, by the way?
But I grew up in the Bronx,
Yeah.
and I literally was stopped every day when I got off the D train for a beef empanada with cheese. Amazing.
Yeah.
I never learned how to actually make it.
I really like pork a little better. And, you know, when you look at, like, the Hispanic culture, it's a lot more pork than beef. You know, Hispanic culture is more like they're on islands and stuff like that. They don't have room to graze cattle, so pigs are more of what you would see. So I'm always kind of like surprised. Like when you get down to Argentina and down to South America, you see a lot more beef. But for the most part, in the smaller islands, you're going to see pork. We're going to put some anchovies in it, and which is something most people hate anchovies. Most people hate anchovies.
The thought of anchovies makes me like not want it.
This is kind of partly the salt in it, right? It also gives it a great background flavor. I'm going to use some lard, some green peppers, some onions, some garlic. And then later on, once we have the whole thing cooled down, I'm going to put in some olives and eggs and some scallions.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah, it's going to be really good.
It smells amazing.
And I'm just going to cook this basically until the onions start to get soft or wilt. Maybe just a little bit of color, a little brown on it, okay? What would you say if like you had to say, this is my culinary voice? Like, what would you say that would be?
My culinary voice, that's a good question. I don't know. That's a trick question. Like, what would my chef voice be? Get it done now! Where's the sauce? Put more salt in it. I don't really know what that voice would be.
Nice fatty ground pork. We're gonna dump it in. I'm gonna dump it away from me so we don't splash. Spoon fight.
Wow, that is a lot of
It
salt.
looks like a lot, but I got a lot of pork in there, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make like a sauce with the flour. So we have a little bit of pork juice, we have our fat in there. I'm gonna add a little flour, and this is gonna help us thicken a sauce. We're gonna add a little chicken stock, and this basically...
Kind of like a gravy type?
Exactly, it's just like a gravy. So the flour is gonna get coated by the fat, mix it all. You're great at this, by the way.
Thanks.
You are. We're gonna add some chicken stock, and we're gonna make like a sauce out of it. Because I want it to be like, you break it open, and it's steamy and juicy in the middle.
You're making me hungry, Chef.
I got plenty of empanadas, so it's gonna be good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna garnish with some other things.
Okay.
Some green olives. You'd probably use them in a martini. I'd use them in a martini.
I'll use them in a martini, and I'll also put them in my rice when I make Spanish rice.
See, that's great. I love that. I think parsley has a great kind of sharp flavor. We're gonna dump. You can
the
dump
whole
that
thing?
all.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay.
It has a sharp flavor that's in great contrast to some of the fatty flavors. And then I'm using some scallions, some green onions. My whole thing with this is that I really wanted to taste the pork.
Okay.
That's it. You know, that's the star here, and the other stuff's just garnishes.
Oh, it smells so good.
So again, like I said, it's not.
You're making me hungry.
It's not exactly beautiful, but it's going to taste really good. So what we're doing now, TT, is we're going to roll them out. We're going to get rid of this dough, so we make really nice circles. You can reuse that if you let it rest again.
Okay.
Right. So I have a little bit of the egg wash. So we're putting egg on there to glue the dough together. Give her a squeeze.
So do 1 scoop.
Yeah, 1 scoop. I want it to be full, but not over full. Like, we don't want it to like kind of fall out. So what I do is I'm taking the top and I'm giving it a good
stretch it.
I'm giving a stretch. It's got to stretch.
Okay.
Like you almost got to hold the filling in and stretch over, and then you put your fingers down and really press it. And then you crimp it. Got to put a little flour on it so it doesn't stick.
So put flour on my fork?
A little flour on your fork and you crimp it.
Okay.
And this is where it's important. When you talk about splattering, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing it and I'm dropping it away from me.
Being that it's fried, whenever I drink, I love to have fried food when I drink.
Oh yeah, especially something like a Hennessy where it cuts it.
And then you get that nice smooth burn.
Yeah.
I love it like that.
Yeah, right. And I think we're gonna stop there. That's nice and golden brown. I'm gonna take them out and we're gonna plate them up so you can taste them.
This is my favorite part. Exciting. Oh my God. This is so good.
Did we do good?
We did amazing.
Good.
I'm gonna go learn how to make a Hennessy cocktail. Now that I've mastered my empanadas.
Now you're gonna master a cocktail.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you luck. I'm sure you're gonna do great. Thanks for all your help.
You're the best.
Thank you.
We just finished making some empanadas in the kitchen, and now we're gonna make some cocktails. Got my man Miguel here from Hennessy. I'm so excited to have you today to help me make a great cocktail. And Tomas, did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
Yes. He is our mixologist today. He's gonna make the perfect drink for me so that I can take back to my girls and experience this great flavor of Hennessy today.
Let's do it. So, you've got my heart with empanadas.
That's my favorite
I love
dish.
empanadas. I can eat them all day, actually. But what I got for you here is something to play along with the empanadas.
Okay.
Really easy to eat. Let's make something pretty easy to drink.
Yeah,
right?
something that can go with the dish.
So let's start off with our sour, or acid here. Our sweetener is an orgeat syrup, or an almond syrup.
Where can you get an almond syrup from?
You can actually get it at a lot of specialty stores.
Okay.
It's pretty easy. It's pretty common to find. So what this is going to add to the cocktail is a little bit of that nuttiness that's going to go great with the cognac.
Okay.
So I'm adding half an ounce. We're looking for balance. So to play with the sweet and sour, you want basically around equal parts. We're going to dash a little bit of orange juice, just a little bit.
Okay. Is that good?
That's good. And next, I'm going to dash the Angostura bitters. What it acts like is basically your salt and pepper.
Wow.
So it's your little bit of spice, but also binds all the ingredients together.
One.
Go ahead.
Two.
Just let it
That's
go.
good?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. We're gonna pour 1.5 ounces. All right.
Oh my God, you got your own private bottle down there.
All right. I'm gonna ice you up here.
Okay.
Give that a little tap. Let's turn it over. Okay. You're right-handed, right? Take that and take that. Keep it over left shoulder, left shoulder. We have here some mint sprig. So I'm actually giving it a few spanks to open up the aromas, the oils.
That smells
Smells
really
good.
good, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that and just
Just stick it in there.
put it in there.
Okay.
All right, so what I'm gonna do here is gonna finish it off with an orange wedge. So now we're gonna work with the 3 points of taste.
Okay.
First point of taste is how it looks. Second point of taste is how it smells. And third point of taste is how
Smells
it
amazing.
tastes. So wait a minute, before we get in, what are we gonna call this cocktail?
So my name is TT.
Right.
So I think we should call this the Totally Tenacious Cocktail.
Totally tenacious
Wow.
cocktail.
What do you guys think about that?
Oh my God.
Looks like TT.
You're onto something.
Cheers.
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 That's a really good cocktail.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? That's a really good cocktail.
Empanadas.
Right after.
And
Totally
Hennessy.
tenacious cocktail.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
great
nice
mix.
and smooth. It's not overpowering. It's a sexy drink. And I'm a sexy girl. I like to have a sexy drink. This is a sexy
You heard
drink.
it here.